Hey everyone, it's Sam here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this 5x7 card, which is, it's kind of like 2 cards in one. I've got a few of these on the channel. I'm going to add it all into a playlist. I've added the belly band here, and then when you open it up, this pops up, but I've added the concertina on the back. So I've done this kind of style, and I've done the concertina, but I've kind of mixed the two together. I made this during a YouTube live craft along. Really easy to make, you don't need any dies or anything. I've slightly altered a few measurements on this one for the one I'm going to show you in a moment. But if you prefer, when I revert to that, if you prefer this layout, then you can just head to the live and just fast forward it to those parts that you want to get the measurements. I think it's really cute. I've used a lovely stamp set, which I'll show you in a moment, and it displays, see, really nicely as well. And then it all folds down. Like I said, the belly band's optional. It's in the envelope. I don't tend to add belly bands when I don't tend to make an envelope when I have a belly band, but I have done for this one. You can see even with all that dimension, it still all fits in there. That will go through, certainly go through the UK post okay, but if you're, other parts of the world, then you'll have to maybe lower the dimension inside, but it's really lovely to make. So let's get started. So I've used this stamp set. It's got this gorgeous flamingo head, and it's from issue 158 of Creative Stamping. I found this amongst all my other magazines, and I haven't used it at all. And I think it's about 3 or 4 months old. When I checked this on the website, it was still available, but I don't know what the stock's like now. But I'll link it below if anybody's interested. You've also then got all your other flamingos and flowers. You've got like the hummingbird there, some lovely sentiments as well. And then this section is from the Colorado Craft Company. So that was the focus, and I wanted a card that was going to show off that image really nicely. Today, however, I am using a different magazine, and that is the one that had the spring cheer in. I will have it coming up on the screen. I can't remember the issue. I've used this quite a few times in some of my videos, and it's got a beautiful topper of the cherries that I wanted to use for this one. You get so many pop-outs. There we go, 54 die-cut toppers. So you can do all sorts with them. I've used the butterfly in a card. If I remember, I'll put these into a separate playlist as well, the cards that I've made using this paper kit. And you can see all the other ephemera that's still in there. So I pulled out all of the papers and everything that I want to use for this one. Also, this was my prototype, and you can see I've cut this part out as well. And I think there's something quite nice about when the envelope's closed, you still see the inside of the card as well. But what I would recommend if you did that is maybe put acetate and then maybe sandwich it between some cardstock or pattern paper, because to open it, you've got to obviously open both, it doesn't like open as one piece. But if you did that on both sides, I think that creates a really fun shape as well. So there's a few variations of this. You can obviously change the size as well. You want a piece of 10x7. This is a 300 GSM smooth cardstock, but a 220 will be fine because you're going to add your mats and layers onto it. So along that 10-inch side, you're going to score at 2.5, 3 3/4, 5, 6 1/4, and 7.5. And then if you fold so that you've got your 2 gate folds, so the 2 outer score lines, give them a good burnish. And then you just want to do a concertina fold. So that's a valley, so that will be a mountain. Your middle one will be a valley, a mountain, and then finish with a valley. So you want it to look like that. Okay, again, very, very easy. Then for the pieces inside, these are the ones that I've slightly altered, because on this one, when the square in the middle lays flat, you can see it doesn't sit perfectly like equal, I guess, in that space. But I had the 1-inch section here for this to pop out on, so that's kind of why I did it. So if you prefer that and you're not bothered that it's not got the same border all the way around, then just head over to the live. I'll link it below and you can see how I done that one. For this one, I'm going to change it, and I've actually cut these so that when you've got them like this inside the card, my topper piece is going to fit. It'll be a perfect square that will fit in there. So you're going to want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 5 by 3.5, and along the 5-inch side you're going to score at 2.5. So just right down through the middle. Then fold it in half, pop the folded side back in your scoreboard, and just put a little mark, a little dent in the card at 1 inch. Okay, so you just want to be able to see that marker. You want to make sure that you've got the 2.5 section facing you. That little 1 inch section's facing away. The bottom corner, you're going to cut up. You just want to cut right the way up, like so. And then again from this corner. So, and then do that again for your bottom piece. When they sit like this, it's exactly 7 inches. And then inside here, you've got a, what's this one? A 3.5 square. And that's going to be the top. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit though, but I just think it looks a little bit more finished. Then I've made myself a little template here to cover these sections, and then you can just keep this in a little folder, but you can just flip it over and you can use it then to do your mats for each of these sections, because you're working with the angles. I think it's easier to make a template. So if you cut a piece of card that's 2.25 by 3, and you want to come down this right side 3/4 of an inch, put a little pencil mark, and then just cut on the diagonal. And that's the piece you want to keep. And I've just put template on both sides so I remembered. And then you can just draw around your cardstock, especially if it's like a directional, because you can just move the template, flip it over, and make sure that you've got everything facing the right way. This is, I guess, more of an, it's not really directional, this one, because the cherries are in all orientations, but you can see how they look. So make your template, cut your pattern paper and stick it onto those pieces. So they're all stuck down. I've cut myself here, this is a piece of 3 by 3, because I wanted that nice border when it pops up. You could, if you wanted to, go a little bit bigger. You could make it exactly the same size. It will still pop out. It's entirely up to you. So if you've got a particular stamped image and it doesn't quite fit in this size, then you can make that a bit bigger. But you kind of want it to sit like that. And then I'm going to cut myself my strip for it to pop out on. Now this could be acetate if you want, but you're not really going to see it. So I'm just going to cut myself a piece of 6 by, I think 6 by 1 inch will be fine. You could do 1/2 inch. And then you want to score 1/2 inch at each end. So 1/2 inch and 5.5. Fold those tabs. You can just stick this directly onto the side like this one, but I think it restricts them what can pop up. You see, it doesn't really pop out. Whereas with this one, I added the tabs and it really, can you see it's just lifted away from the sides? It's got a lot more freedom, a lot more movement. So I do recommend adding the tabs. And then between the 2 score lines, just use your ruler or your scoring tool, your burnishing tool, and just curve the card. You want it to still be able to lie flat, and it should be 5 inches, but you want it to pop up, okay? Now what you might find is when it sits between the 2, just do a little check. Okay, it's going to sit here. You want to be able to fold these in without it buckling. Now that is buckling, so what I would recommend you do is just bring in the score of one of those 1/2 inch, or cut the piece so it's just slightly under 6 and then score at 1/2 inch at each side. So that's just a slightly bigger tab now on that side, but then I can just trim the tab there. So fold that back down now, lay it back in between the 2 score lines and fold it flat, and that feels much better. You don't want any resistance. So I'm going to stick this in first, and then I'm going to stick these over the top. And then you want to sit this right in the middle. So if you just use your ruler, just lie it down the side there. 3.5 is the middle, so you just want the tab to sit either side of the 3.5. Now, can you see how that really pops out, which is what you want? Okay. Then we can stick these pieces on. So you want to fold down the middle if you haven't done so. And you can see one's going to sit over there. In fact, it's going to go under. So that, oh no, that's worked out better actually, because that is going to just go under like so. And that one under like so. Oh, I think I prefer this now actually. Now you could cut that piece from one piece of cardstock, but it will end up cutting in half anyway because of the points. They're not attached, so you know, it's up to you, but that's how it's going to look. And then if you imagine that is going to be on top. How lovely. Yeah, I think that's going to come together quite nicely. So all you need to do is just run a little glue. You don't need to cover all of it, but just a little glue down each side like so. Oh, also bit too early. I've got strips here because I do want to decorate the inside. So on these ones I didn't. You see they're just the plain pink cardstock. But for this one I thought I might as well. I've got all this paper. So I've cut myself these strips here, which are going to go inside. And then I only had a little bit of the paper left. So I've got some slightly thinner ones. They're going to go there. Again, you're not really... I don't need those at all because you're not going to see any of that. So I'm going to leave those ones. So I would recommend you only need 2 pieces that are 1 by 6 3/4. So I can stick them in. In fact, I can still stick that on because it's not going to interfere. I mean, you'd see a little bit, but once the topper's on, I'm not going to. If you want to though, you can. Okay, again, a little tip because that's now sliding under there, like so. You might find you have to take a little slither just off the sides here. Again, it's not going to mess up your design or anything. It's only if you're doing it that way. Some of you might stick these over the top and not add the tabs and stick it straight onto there. You know what I mean? There's a few kind of sequences to putting this all together. It's the first time I'm making them, so you just tuck it under. You just want to make sure it all fits, again, within your 2 folds. Make sure I've got no glue. There we go. Yeah. I think it looks lovely. Then I've got 2 pieces of, well, 4 in total that are 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. So I'm going to have the green checker print there, and then I've got 2 more of the cherry print, which is going to go on the front here. And then what you can also do is just add a thin bead of glue right down through the middle there, and then you can sit your square. You just want to focus on that being right in the middle. So I'm just looking at the points here, line up with the center score line, and then you can see I can add my cherry on top. This could be acetate, like I said, if you want it to all be floating. You could add a big butterfly that are in this and pop that in the middle, so that pops up, would look really nice. Okay, so I've stuck everything down there, which I think looks really sweet, and then I've got a few little bits here from the pack. I've also got the bow, and then I've just taken the Just For You, popped a little ribbon on it, a little bow, and then I'm gonna take this piece here. This is 1 1/2 by A4 length. You could do 11 inches, it'd be fine. It doesn't have to be 1 1/2, it could be thicker. I think actually that one was 2 inches. Yeah, sometimes people do really big ones. It's more like a sleeve, which looks nice. You just want to wrap it around. You don't need to score. Just want to make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm just going to use some of my glue there just to hold that in place. Now you might have a big topper. You know, like I said, there are some bigger butterflies that come in the set. I mean, that looks nice and it covers the join. I could just pop that on there. But I think I'm going to add the Just For You. Maybe have that on an angle, and then have a couple of the little cherries to cover the join. Something like that. Looks quite sweet. So that's what I ended up doing on the front. And just slide that off, and you have that fun little pop-up. I think it looks lovely. I'll just bring in this one again just so you can see the 2 together. Out of the 2, I prefer this one because I love stamping and colouring images. It's just more of my preferred style. But I like the way the band's over the ends there. I think if you didn't have, I mean, you could do the pop-up in the middle bit as well. I might, again, do a few variations of this. I might do it again in 6 by 6 because you could put it together another way. And thinking about it, you could see some of the green, so you could have covered those side bits as well. But I still think it looks beautiful. I think it's a really nice card. And whether you prefer this way, where they're 3 inches, so a piece of 5 by 3 rather than 5 by 3 1/2, and then you stick that, you know, you can see the points just sit at the top there because you've got that 1 inch gap. You might prefer that way, but it's an easy one to adapt. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed what I've shared today and this card style. All the products, if they're available, I will link them in the description box below the video, and I'm going to add these into a playlist. And then as I do a few more, like I said, the 6 by 6, and I might try like a big 8 by 8 and maybe do 2 kind of openings, like 2 apertures, would look quite sweet as well. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that, and just keep popping in looking at the playlist just to see what I've updated. As always, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today, and drop me a comment because I enjoy reading them. And make sure you subscribe, like I said, so you don't miss out on any future videos. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.